As a child, I was an avid listener. My sister was an avid reader. Whenever we used to go to the libraries, she used to read every single book on the shelf, and I used to sit down for story time. That's what I used to do. Um, so, through the process of the teachers reading or the librarians, I used to learn about the main characters and the adventure that they used to take. I used to learn about the morals or like the tidbits of information that used to come out of the picture books or the story books. So as I started to grow older, I got a job. I worked at a children's gym. So I had the ability to train kids in working out their bodies, their flexibility, as well as I had the opportunity to read them children's books. So I would sit down and the cubby would be filled of all these picture books and they would be picking which one has the best color. But I would pick out this children's book and sit down to read to them, and they would comment, they would giggle, they would laugh. And whenever we used to sit down to discuss these like information, these tidbits of knowledge, I used to see that yes, there were information about how to build friendships, how to share your love, how to be independent. And while those are so important information, there was really nothing about finance, how to invest, how to manage your money, even these simple, just fundamental elements of money management. So I sought to fill that gap. So I recently wrote a children's book called Sweet Fortunes. So in this book, it centers around the main character, Kiara, as she juggles and balances her mixed identity. So she's both Indian American, and she strives with her passion of baking. So she creates sweet treats such as mango pudding or saffron banana bread. And these, again, just show the mix of her Indian American culture. And she starts to sell these pieces of baked goods, and through the process of selling she learns skills about entrepreneurship. She learns how to invest in herself, but she also learns how to invest in others and share her passion with others. And although this book really did solve some gaps, I just noticed even more gaps in financial literacy. So as I had the job, I started to earn an income. And I'm like, okay, I have an income now. I can spend it, but I don't want to spend it. I want to open up a bank account. I want to put that money in a bank account. I want to invest that money. I want to double that money. Why am I just making the money sit in a bank account? So I had all these different questions come into my mind, and I'm like, I actually don't really know how to do this. And when I used to ask my friends, they're like, yeah, we don't really know how to do this either. And that's a problem. That's a fundamental problem. And there was another gap. So over the summer, I worked with a professor in AI, Dr. Siddharth Krishnan, who's from UNC Charlotte. And he taught me, and we researched about AI and its involvement in stock picking. And this was very creative and very innovative in this field. And I felt like, wow, I've been growing up with literal ChatGPT. It's kind of in my homework, I'm not gonna lie. And and I'm like, okay, so I'm really comfortable with this idea of AI and its use. So why aren't we putting the comfortable with the uncomfortable to innovate and to strengthen and empower each other? So then I had an internship at UBS over the summer as well, where I learned about wealth management and the importance of girls investing and saving early, even before college, how much those small savings really add up and matter in the long run. So now I'm like, okay, so I have this AI thing, and I also have this idea and this concept of wealth management. So how can I put this together? So I'm also currently in the process of creating an AI platform for girls to talk to a chatbot so that they can input what they want to learn, what are their financial goals, and then they can talk to this chatbot and learn more information. So again, just filling in that gap. So I'm going to read you two stats from the most recent Être Girls survey. So 93% of girls would feel better about entering the adult world if they had a finance mentor. I'm just going to let that sink in. 93% of girls. And then 89% of girls who don't have a finance mentor really want one. So that's the problem. We have to start building a community. We have to strengthen and uplift girls together. Information is one part and it can help, but we have to build that community. So let's bring girls, let's strengthen them about financial literacy, let's put them in power with their money, let's keep them in power. Thank you.